All right. Hello, everybody. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into this. It's been a very long day, so I'm going to take out my anger and frustrations on the keyboard. All right, let's get to it. We have about 30 minutes of work, and we'll carry on from there. All right. So last night we did section 2, what Nanya couldn't become due to circumstances. So we're going to briefly explain the Nanya Flaming Massacre. I'm not going to regurgitate things that we did with the duality video because we already know what happened. So Nanya is often seen as the darker side of Tohno, but perhaps there is a deeper tragedy. Sleep on this. I did sleep on that, so we'll elaborate more on that later. Nanya will fight to the death, i.e. Como, without a care about his well-being or Tohno in mind. Nanya was shaped by his young upbringing prior to the massacre. His family's training, pretty much the Nanya family was similar to the Ryogi family. His environment and his role were forced upon him from the get-go. I can be cute here. He was shaped by the environment where his abilities were not just talents, but requirements. Okay. Okay. What do I want to do here? There's more I can add to this, which we're going to do. More Tohno. Before Tohno and Nanya had a chance to develop, fate intervened. There's your fate reference. I haven't done that in a while. I have to do it. All right. It never happened. It's safe to assume that was going to happen. It's just, again, fate intervened. Okay. I wonder. There's more we can add, but I don't want this section to be like that stupidly long. But there's definitely more we can add there. We really don't know what might have happened if that night never happened. It's safe to assume that Tohno would have become Nanya regardless. I won't say regardless. We'll just say we know we can assume that he would have become him. Because Nanya is the dormant persona. The massacre never happens, and he just becomes Nanya. But we get Tohno as an end result. Hot take. This has been a very long day because I had to move my room, my barracks room. Don't let this fool you. This is a different room from yesterday's stream. It was very annoying because I found out around 3 p.m. and I had to get it done by 6 p.m. It's been a very long couple of hours, but don't let this room fool you. It's not the same room I was in last night or yesterday's stream. Okay. Hot take. Perhaps. But unfortunately, this just have to be like a 30-minute stream because I have to do my sprite animation stuff for Golden Sun later. that's how it's gonna kind of be for the next month or so. I'll do this because I did take a break from doing these specific videos. Personally, hell, I like doing things at my own pace, but showing people my workflow when it comes to script writing is still pretty cool at the end of the day. Some people may find it boring, and it's understandable. You are just watching somebody just type up a storm. But this one's a special video because we're coming close to the anniversary of that duality that for Shiki Tohno and Nanaya. So I was like, fuck it, we'll do one of these. So yeah, I'll do 30 minutes of this, maybe 30 to 40 minutes a night, and I have to do my other stream afterwards. So just bear with me, this will get released soon. We do outlines first, then we start the main essay afterwards. You can't build a house without a foundation. So perhaps Nanaya... Nanya's greatest tragedy isn't becoming a murderer. That's what he pretty much is at the end of the day. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? I gotta do my script writing streams, then I gotta do Golden Sun stuff. So my new schedule is because I have more time now. I definitely do have more time now, but I have to do this and make time for Golden Sun and make time to go to sleep because it's 8 p.m. right now. It's 8 p.m. So I have more time, but I don't have more time. It's weird. It's weird. And I'm taking my frustrations out on the script because it's been a very, 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 very long day. And it's good because I can take some aspects from this and transfer into the sprite animation stuff. Which is funny because the character I'm talking about right now, I'm using his voice clips for Isaac in the sprite animation. Go figure. It all comes full circle. But yeah, I do about 30 minutes worth of this, and I do 30 to 40 minutes worth of Golden Sun, so I got that coming up soon. It is? Huh. Weird. Interesting. That's very weird. I'm not in the same room as I normally am, because I was forced to move my room earlier. So I might have to refresh my connection after this, because it's weird. I haven't dropped any frames yet. We'll figure it out when I do my next stream. But yeah, I had to switch my rooms today, so it's kind of weird. A very weird day. I found out the last second. Nani's greatest tragedy isn't that he became a murderer. A murderer. Who knows? But it might be on my end because it's not, again, this is not the best of conditions right now. I just plugged in my router and my Ethernet and went to town. I literally just finished unpacking my stuff like a few minutes ago. So perhaps Nani's greatest tragedy isn't that he became a murderer, is that he never had the chance to be something else. He never had the chance to develop. He just never had the chance. He never had the chance. He was never allowed to discover who he could have been. But I'm actually using Shiki Nanaya's voiceover for Isaac in the Golden Sun sprite animation. A lot of the voices that I actually use for that animation come from Melty Blood, which is kind of comes full circle. Especially Mia. Mia's voice is she's a very funny character in that series. Let's just say that. But definitely the voices that I've used for that sprite animation I get from the series. Who he could have been. But definitely, unfortunately, I do have to. It's gonna be a very short stream on both ends tonight, just because it's not late, but I still gotta prepare for tomorrow. So, ugh. But either way, it's all good. It's all good. We have more time to do these streams on top of my sprite animation stream, so it's all good. It's kind of hard for him because with that series we just never knew they were never voice acted, so we have to come up with our own specific voices. So that's why I just use this series. Like, I'm familiar with this series. I used to play the tournaments with this series, so I can just go to town with these guys. what Nana could have become due to circumstance. So, hmm, what can we do? Do you have any? Have you have any choices? Let's do this. So we'll make this section 3. Section 3. When his function becomes an identity. I do find it funny when I do use his voice clips for certain attacks. I'm like, yeah, Isaac would never say this. Isaac would never see me say death by decapitation. Oh my god! But a lot of people don't know Japanese, so it sounds cool. It sounds cool, but I know Japanese, so whenever I hear people saying, whenever I hear the characters and Golden saying the voice clips that I put for them, I'm like, yeah, they would never say this shit. They would never would say it. For example, I had Mia use a voice clip from Akira Tohno in this series, and my Japanese is very screwed up right now, but she says Tamashi Nakosa Nai, which translates into not a soul is left. Mia would never say that. Yeah. That's why we love that series. It's up to our interpretation. But for my project, at least some of the voice clips that I've taken from this series and translated to that series, I know what they're saying. So like whenever I have Mia doing Mia Cam, I have her saying Miruhado Shinasai, which a character from the series says, which means know your place. So whenever I have Mia saying know your place, she's saying Miruhado Shinasai, which I got from this series. You know it's bad when you play the game so long that you know exactly what they're saying. So Nania's role, Nania's function, Nania's role as identity. Now, what can we do here? That's why silent protagonists are hard. Know your place. I believe I had Isaac say Sein Name Nishots when he was fighting Sprite, which is translates to, I forgot what it translates to. It's a 100 slash something. But yeah, a lot of the clips I get from that I use in that Sprite animation I get from here. Like Demon Mia, I took it from a character called Archetype Earth over here. So when she attacked me in the Sprite animation, I had her say Naruhodo Omoshiroi, which translates into I see, interesting. All right, so we can do this. Explain how he functions in the series now. So explain how his role is in the series now. No. It's all good. It's all good. It's funny because that sprite animation, it works congruent with this because I take their voice clips and take it and put it in there. So it's all good. But no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Because both streams have to be relatively short. Like today is a chill stream on both ends. I'm taking out my frustrations on the keyboard. In a few minutes, I'll be taking the frustrations out on that damn sprite animation. But it's all good. It's all good. And it's good because I take some of the ideas from this franchise and I bring it over to there. So everything comes full circle in the end. Explain his role, how his role in the series differs from Tohno's. Yeah. But it's hard. It is hard at times because some of the voice clips from this series, like Bad Jenna's laugh, comes from a character called Red Arquade, which is an evil version of one of the main protagonists in this series. So when she does her ha 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 ha, I just get it from her. So a lot of that's what we pretty much did. I took, I got a character, and I just took their voice and just gave them that voice from a specific character, and it makes full sense to me at the end of the day. But it's hard when it comes to characters that you just don't know their voices. Differs from Tohno. Sure, why not? There's a lot of potential for that series. A lot of potential. 15 minutes? Alright. What more can we do here? And again, both streams are relatively gonna be speedrun tonight because it's already getting stupidly late. Like, holy shit, I did not expect to. I'm just minding my own business, doing my job. Hey, we need you to move your room. Like, wait, excuse me? I have my whole setup set up right now. So I had to take all this apart and bring it up to the second floor of this barracks building. Like, come on. So explain how his role in the series differs from Tohno. For most people, violence, because Nanaya is a very violent character, which is again taking his voice and giving it to Isaac's voice is interesting because I cannot picture Isaac as a violent character. Yeah, like it's annoying because I have my spotlights, my gaming setup now because it transferred over. I ended up shipping out from my own house back over here because for that project I need a lot of power. Which my gaming laptop it's a workhorse, but I need a lot of more. I need more RAM for sure. But all this on top of my gaming setup, everything, my monitors, my lights, everything. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. It was annoying. So for most people, violence is something that separates them from their identity. That's a take. That's a very cute way to go about it because think of think of characters think of characters that are extremely violent. Do you think that's their true gimmick, just being a violent character? Are they one dimensional? Is what I'm getting at. That's a very interesting take right there. For most people, violence is something that separates them from their identity. But with this character, he was born into it. Oh yeah. But for Nania, this is something he was born into. And like I'll use Goldenson as an example because I'm gonna be doing that in a few minutes. The character Minority, we just know her as a very angry, well, she gives off the angry look, like how her sprite has her angry eyebrows. But perhaps, given the circumstance of the situation that they're in, she has to be angry. Yeah, exactly. But for Nadia, that is something. But violence is the foundation his identity was built upon. That his identity was built upon. Well, thinking about this from a different perspective, like you don't really see hyper violent characters in like JRPGs. I mean, you could, but it's rare. I think that's why, like in the Golden Sun sprite animation, I was focusing more on the villains, giving them more of a personality. Because using like Heart as an example, Heart is kind of a one-dimensional character. She's a schemer that cares about her looks. Like you see how she's dressed and how her looks are. In this series, I can't really say that there's. Type 1's weird. Like you don't have one-dimensional characters. Every character in this whole entire franchise has numerous layers to their personality. We can definitely go more into this, but it's hard with characters like this. Like this is a very complex character, but we'll be able to cook. Even when I'm off duty, I'm still on duty. So, but for Nanaya, violence is the function that his identity was built upon. Excuse me. So, we need to give an example of that. So, killing, because he does kill a lot. He's good at his job. And again, it's weird because I'm giving Isaac's voice is pretty much the voice of a murderer. So killing was not only an action he performed. It was not only an action he performs. He performs. It was. Yeah, this is gonna be a take. It was the role. It was the role he was destined to fulfill. He was destined to fulfill. We can definitely go into more detail about this tomorrow. I'll probably have to sleep on this, but this is going to be, the curse of me not being able to spell when I'm streaming still happens. So we'll put this in parentheses because this is going to be a hot take. Hatake. All right. So explain how his role in the series differs from Tohno. For most people, violence is something that separates them from their identity. But for Nanaya, violence is the function that his identity was built upon. So killing was not only an action he performs, it was the role he was destined to perform. That's going to be a very, very interesting take. I have something, I just don't know how to write it. What time is it? Oh, fuck. Let me write what I need to write, then we'll start wrapping it up for the stream. And again, I do apologize for the expedited stream, but it's been a long day and I'm kind of running out of time. I have to make time for this, and I got to make time for my other project that I'm working on. So killing was not only an action he performs; it was the role he was destined to fulfill. This is an outline. I'm not worried about grammatical issues in an outline. So the difference between him. So the difference between him and other characters is that he not only possesses instinct. No. His nature became the only language he understood. He understands. If you pay attention to his dialogue in game when he's interacting with people, all right. Fuck. Give me a second. I can give an example of this. Ah, son of a bitch. All right, give me 1 second. I can definitely give an example of this. I'll give the example, then we'll wrap it up for tonight. I'll have to make a new layer. Close. I have so many layers now. Add source. Windows capture. Call this Windows Media Player. Okay. All right. Let's pause this. We'll use the the Nanaya video, well, Shiki Tohno Nanaya video as an example, then we'll wrap things up for tonight. So, what did I write again? For most people, violence is something that separates them from their identity. But for Nanaya, violence is the function that his identity was built upon. So killing was not only an action he performs, it was the role he was destined to fulfill, which is going to be a hot take. So the difference between him and other characters is nature became his only language. Okay, so we'll support that by going to the other video. Like, this is why I keep my videos. Because you just never know. Also, don't mind my voice. I think I was recording this with a different mic back then, so bear with me. Also, hold on. Oh, that sounds so terrible. Oh, God, yeah, this sounds so bad. Ew. Jesus Christ. I'm kind of happy I switched audio. Hold on. Jesus Christ. All right. Just bear with my ugly ass voice for like a few minutes. For like a minute. Do. I actually gotta remove that. Windows Media Player is so busted at times. But I'm gonna need this for later anyways. So remove this. We'll try this again. Insert add source. Window capture. WMB. There we go. I'm gonna go away for like a minute. Is seen as both an enemy for Tohno and Nanaya, but more so Nanaya. Ew, his voice.
ようやく出会えたな。紅石種。この瞬間に勝る快楽は存在しない。この日を待ち続けたよな。
Can't believe I gave Isaac this voice.
望んでいなかったと言えば嘘になる。いいだろう。来るがいい。殺人鬼。
ああ。脳髄が溶けちまうほど殺し合おうぜ。
V. Akia. While Akia views Tohno as her brother, she doesn't share the same opinion for Nanaya.
Oh my god, this voice.
She will refer to him as Shiki and not as Nissan. Even though Nanaya
The thing's coming up in a second. Just bear with my voice for a second.
In her vermilion form, Akia is more bloodlust and is somewhat deranged. While in this form, she outright states that she will kill him, and it would satisfy her to do so, to which Nanaya gleefully approves of her doing so.
Hey, look! I use these voices in the other in the sprite animation. Yes! Yes! There you go! I had to alter that. And I use her voice for Mia's voice.
お前のように話がわかるやつが妹だなんてやつが本当に羨ましい。やっぱり兄弟っていうのはこういう関係じゃないと嘘だ。
それは互いに隠し事をしないということかしら。
もちろん。それともう一つ。
God, everybody in the series is so funny at the end of the day.
Tohno was
All right,
never whole.
now we can not listen to my voice. Okay. Yeah, I used I based it off of her, but there's a lot of other stuff that went into it. I used her, the top of her, from her head down to her torso. That's what I used. Everything else was just a lot of crazy stuff. But yeah, that's a good example. So again, for most people, violence is something that separates them from their identity. But for Nanaya, violence is the function that his identity was built upon. So killing was not only an action performance, it was the role he was destined to fulfill. So the difference between him and other characters, that his nature becomes his own language. This is literally what he does. Like, he takes pleasure in doing the role he does. Like, he knows what he is at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm not gonna lollygag because again, I do apologize for the pretty short stream, but I gotta make time for the other stuff and have time to go to bed because it's already getting late. So good stuff. I'll do more of this tomorrow. I got sprite animation to do in like 10 minutes. So Robert, I'll see you there. But besides that, enjoy the VOD, who watches these VODs, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye bye.